I don't know. Have a good day.
Hello again. Have you once got into a ridiculous situation where common sense and someone's prohibition come into conflict? One girl got into such situation. She tried to help as much as she could, but she turns out to be guilty. Her family told her she was an idiot. Let's figure out what happened. AITA for leaving a pregnant woman outside, okay? So, I'm autistic and my sister asked me if I could come over to her house to babysit her while she and her husband went out on a much-needed date night. I had some reservations about this, and I've never supervised the kids alone. She usually brought them to my parents' house, and my parents mainly watched them while I did my thing, but also kept an eye on them and kept them entertained. However, my sister assured me that all will be well, and she will write me a list of instructions to follow, and it will be easy. I asked if I could have a friend over with me, but she said no, and under no circumstances am I to allow strangers in her house. Anyways, 3 hours in and a pregnant lady comes knocking, and she was distressed, looked like she wasn't feel well, told me she's the next door neighbor and that she forgot her keys at home and has no place to stay until her husband comes back. She also told me that she is dizzy and not feeling well. I felt very conflicted. On one hand, I didn't know this woman and wasn't sure if she was telling the truth about being my sister's neighbor, so I didn't think letting her in was an option. I called my sister many times to ask permission to let this woman in, but she didn't pick up. On the other hand, I didn't feel comfortable leaving her in that state outside in the cold. I tried calling my parents too, but they didn't pick up. I was basically left to decide on my own. I brought out a chair to the porch and told her she can sit there and wait for her husband if she'd like. I also offered her some water and food, but she politely declined and decided to wait outside her house. She proceeded to wait 2 hours till her husband came back, and I saw her crying at some point. I felt so bad, but I felt like my hands are tied. I tried calling my sister and parents many times, but no one picked up. When my sister came home later that night, I told her what happened, and she lashed out on me, calling me an idiot, and saying when she told me not to allow strangers in, she didn't think that she needed to tell me her 7 months pregnant neighbor in distress was an exception to the rule. My parents also later reprimanded me on taking everything so literally and being an idiot. AITA. Update. Since everyone is asking why she didn't go to another neighbor, while I'm not sure why exactly, I'm gonna explain the layout of the houses in my sister's neighborhood a bit. So basically there are 3 houses that are close to each other: my sister's, the pregnant woman's, and another house. There are more houses down the road, but they are kind of far behind, within walking distance, but she wouldn't be able to see her husband pull up from where. I think maybe that's why. I don't know, but it's possible that she went to the other house near us and got turned down there before she came to me. I didn't ask her. Your sister said no strangers in the house. You didn't know this pregnant lady, therefore she is a stranger. You didn't let her in the house. Everything is logical. If I were you, I will do the same. The sister announced the rule: no strangers in the house. You don't have to know all your pregnant neighbors. And your sister didn't pick up the phone. It also terrifies me. You could have called because the child has problem and she is a careless mother. She was so carried away by her husband that she forgot about the child. In this situation, she is the only idiot. Your parents are also wrong. They could also get into the situation. What do you think about it? Was she right or not? The next story. AITA for saying I can't attend my sister's child-free wedding. I'll keep it short. My sister, let's say her name's Lisa, is getting married later this year. The wedding is child-free. I'm currently pregnant and at the time of the wedding we'll have a 5-month baby. I asked Lisa if she could come as well, but Lisa said no. I accepted that and told her I won't be able to attend. I don't feel comfortable leaving my young kid with a sitter, and my family would be at the wedding. Lisa's pretty pissed off and said I'm trying to act holier than thou and punishing her for having a child-free wedding. She said she wants me to be there and give a speech as the sister of the bride, but I told her I can't attend if I can't bring my baby. She replied some of her friends have kids and they know a lot of trusted sitters, and she will give me the numbers, but I refused. Mom said she could stay home with the baby while I attend a part of the ceremony, and then she will come and I'll go home. But Lisa wants our parents to be there the whole time. I don't know, am I just looking out for myself and my kid, but I might be being an asshole. Lisa's upset that I'm not attending. I think her sister is selfish because she can't make an exception to the rule. If the sister thinks it's reasonable to behave like that, then I think it's wise not to come to the wedding. What do you think about these stories? Who is right and who is not? Thank you for your attention.
I don't know. Have a good day.